Let's go to the next one here. This is a very interesting story that actually highlights one of the initial problems about Elon buying Twitter that most people were not focusing on, which is that Tesla, the company of which the vast majority of Elon's wealth is based in, of course, has major business ties to the CCP beyond actually just financial, but manufacturing, EV battery supply chain, a major reliance on being able to do business in China that was negotiated and now years long into the deal, such that if Tesla did lose some of its Shanghai facilities and some of its other battery supply chain and others inside of China, it would be a devastating blow to the company. Well, as predicted, his ownership of Twitter and now the voicing of his opinions is causing a bit of a problem. So let's put this up there on the screen. Chinese state-run media warned the Tesla CEO Elon Musk he was risking his relationship with China after he retweeted about the US government's, quote, low confidence assessment in the COVID pandemic originating in a Wuhan lab. The warning is one of the first that has yet been issued towards Elon, and it was actually published in the Global Times. So for people who don't know what the Global Times is, it's kind of all media in China is state-run, so let's put it that way. That said, it's nuanced because the state-run media, they allow the hard line, like the tiger element of the CCP, that's the Global Times. They're like the attack dogs. And then they have the more diplomatic ones who are like, no, we shouldn't write that. And
the Global Times is the one Matt Gaetz just held up this
That's
week.
right, yeah. So like the Global Times is one of those where they'll frequently attack people on Twitter, and even though there's no Twitter in China, hilariously. Anyway, the point is that they warned Elon that by publishing this, that you are, quote, breaking the pot of China. Breaking the pot after eating in Chinese means, quote, biting the hand that feeds you. So China is not dumb. They know exactly what their relationship to Tesla means. They know that Elon needs them quite a bit. We should also not forget, I did an entire monologue about this, not only about the business ties, but Elon in the past has said some sketchy stuff about China. He's used like Chinese social media to be like, congratulations to like the anniversary of the communist revolution, and congratulating them on the, like anniversary of their government. And he has made a lot of trips to China and met with some of the most senior officials. And it just comes down to the fact that China owns about 85% of the EV battery supply chain around the world. And with Tesla specifically, they need that Shanghai facility in order to make sure that they can continue the growth of the company, which is vital to the stock price, which is making a hit right now. So this actually could be, from my knowledge, really the most consequential thing to come yet from Elon's ownership of Twitter, because it's specifically him retweeting and airing these concerns. And, on top of ideologically, of course, he's kind of aligned with that. He's in a catch-22. I don't know what he's going to do.
It's the supply chain, and it's also obviously China's domestic market for
it's huge.
EVs. It's massive. Yeah. So this is really important for Tesla. And I pulled a couple examples of what you were talking about, Saagar. So days after the U.S. enacted the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act in January, Tesla opened a brand new showroom in Xinjiang. That is the region with the forced labor camps. Senator Marco Rubio at that time accused Tesla of, quote, helping the Chinese Communist Party cover up genocide and slave labor. There's also another incident that I was reading about where there was a lot of criticism on Chinese social media over some accidents that people were claiming were caused by like Tesla's braking system and perhaps the self-driving system or whatever. And Musk reportedly actually reached out to the government to get them to try to censor that criticism.
Hey, why not?
So, I mean, it just gives you a sense of like, this business relationship has been very close. It's been very symbiotic. The Chinese government likes having Tesla there. It's prestigious. They need high quality cars to feed for their own EV domestic market. That's important to them. But it's far more important. Like China can afford to lose Tesla, no problem. Elon Musk can't really afford to lose the Chinese market and the supply chain and all that he's built
What
there.
China did with Elon was brilliant. And this is why, look, as much as I don't want them to, I admire them. I have to. So one of the things that they did is they were like, hey, we got cheap labor. We got the raw materials. Come on in here. You build up this nice facility, which we never allow American companies to do. Well, one of the things that a company like Tesla does when they build that facility is then they go out and they find the sources and they build this whole vertically supply chain, right? From the suppliers to the companies and the workers and the facilities and all that. But lo and behold, all of the infrastructure that supports the Tesla supply chain, let's use it for the Chinese EV supply chain. So they not only got to keep control of Tesla, basically now by controlling his access to the facility, now they have all of these sourcing areas and companies and all of the know-how and the technology for the Chinese supply chain. And then 10 years from now, if they kick Tesla out, they're like, I don't care about you. They're like, I don't think about you at all. We have our own EV companies. You built the supply chain and gave us the technical know-how and brought all your executives in. You made us rich, and it didn't cost us a single dime. In fact, you paid us to do it. This is what they do in a lot of different facilities. So again, like they are our adversaries, but I gotta admire them. They're smart the way that they handle themselves over there. For Elon, I think this is a big problem, and it's one of those where it might be one of the most consequential things that ends up because look, what if there's a future Hong Kong protest? What if there's more COVID-0 protests that are happening? Do you think that they will not, resort to telling Elon, we will kick your ass out of China if you don't censor that on Twitter? They know and have done it before to many tech CEOs, including the TikTok CEO, Zhang Zhiming. They have no qualms whatsoever about putting the screws on you from that angle. I really think he's very vulnerable on this.
Well, and to zoom out from Elon specifically, this is a perfect case in point of why having any of your democracy, free speech infrastructure in the hands of one person, whoever that person is, whether you think that they're aligned with you or have the right values or well-intentioned or whatever, you're always going to run into issues like this because people are flawed, they have conflicts of interest, they have blind spots, etc. So this is just kind of a cautionary tale of that mode of hoping that one good billionaire is gonna rescue your democratic infrastructure, small d democracy. Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, this is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.